Buffalo Bills fans, the wait is finally over, but this preseason game could expose one huge problem before the real season even begins. The Bills are back on the field, and Saturday's matchup with the Carolina Panthers is about much more than a preseason score. This is the first real game look at Joe Brady as Buffalo's head coach, the first chance to see Jim Leonhard's new defense against another NFL team, and a major opportunity for players fighting to stay on this roster. And one player in particular could have a lot to prove. Now let's get into it, because there are 5 major things Bills Mafia needs to watch. First, we have to talk about the biggest change in Buffalo: the defense. Jim Leonhard is now running the show on defense, and this unit is being built around a different identity. Buffalo is moving from the old 4-3 structure toward a 3-4 base defense, with more flexibility for the outside linebackers to rush and cover. That sounds great on paper. But Saturday is where the talking stops. A new defense can look incredible during training camp. Coaches can explain it perfectly. Players can look fast in practice. But once another NFL team lines up across from you, everything changes. Suddenly, communication matters. Assignments matter. Reaction time matters. And one mistake can turn into a huge play. So here's the question: will this new Bills defense look faster and more aggressive, or will we see the growing pains that come with learning a completely new system? That could tell us a lot about where this team really stands. And there's another reason this game matters. The defensive starters are expected to get onto the field, even if their workload is limited. The real question is how long they stay out there. If the starters come out, communicate well, fly around, and look comfortable, there may be no reason to keep them in for long. But if there are blown assignments, missed tackles, or confusion in the secondary, the coaching staff may want another series. And that is exactly what makes this preseason game so interesting. We aren't looking for a final score. We are looking for signs. Signs that this defense is ready. Signs that the players understand Leonhard's system. And signs that Buffalo may finally have the aggressive defense it has been looking for. But the defense isn't the only area that could create drama, because there is a serious battle happening on the offensive line. At left guard, Alec Anderson and Austin Corbett are competing for an important starting role. And this is where preseason football becomes extremely valuable. Training camp representatives can tell coaches a lot, but game representatives tell them something different. Who handles pressure better? Who moves defenders in the running game? Who communicates properly with the center and tackle? Who stays calm when the defense starts attacking? Those are the details that can separate one player from another. And for Josh Allen, this battle matters. You can have the best quarterback in the world, but if the pocket collapses immediately, your offense is going to have problems. Buffalo wants to run the football. Buffalo wants to protect Allen. And Buffalo wants this offense to stay on schedule. So don't ignore the left guard battle just because it isn't the flashiest story on the roster. One strong preseason performance could change the entire conversation. But now we get to the player I think Bills Mafia will be watching more closely than almost anyone else. Keon Coleman. This could be a massive year for him. Coleman has the size. He has the talent. He has the physical ability to make difficult catches. But now Buffalo needs consistency. That's the next step. Nobody needs Coleman to walk into this preseason game and catch 10 passes. That's not the point. What we want to see is confidence. We want to see him create separation. We want to see him attack the football. We want to see him win contested catches. And most importantly, we want to see him look like a receiver who is ready to become a major part of this offense. Because the expectations are rising. Buffalo has Josh Allen. The team has added more talent around him. And Coleman needs to show that he can take advantage of those opportunities. One great preseason game won't suddenly make him a superstar. But one explosive performance could create serious momentum. And that is what makes Saturday so important for him. If Coleman comes out making big plays, Bills fans are going to notice. If he looks confident and physical, the conversation changes. But if he struggles to separate or disappears from the offense, people are going to start asking some uncomfortable questions. So here's my challenge for Bills Mafia. Who do you think needs this preseason opener more? Keon Coleman, Alec Anderson, or Austin Corbett? Pick any name and drop it in the comments. Don't give me 3 names. Pick one. Now let's move to another position that could become very important because of injuries. Cornerback. Buffalo has some questions to answer there, and that creates opportunities for players lower on the depth chart. One name to watch is Anthony Kendall. And this is exactly the kind of preseason story that can become really interesting. Kendall wasn't a major college star coming from a small school background at Baldwin Wallace. He went undrafted in 2023 and eventually got an opportunity with Tennessee. But he didn't just disappear. He found a way to contribute. As a rookie, he appeared in 16 games and became a major special teams contributor. Now he's getting another chance in Buffalo. And this is what preseason football is all about. For a player like Kendall, every snap can become an audition. Every tackle matters. Every special teams rep matters. Every defensive play is another chance to show the coaching staff that he belongs. And with injuries creating opportunities at cornerback, this could be the perfect moment for somebody to surprise everyone. Maybe Kendall doesn't just make the roster. Maybe he forces the Bills to give him a serious look. That is the beauty of preseason football. Sometimes the biggest story starts with a player most fans weren't even watching. And then there is the quarterback situation. Maxwell Heiston is another name to monitor. The 2025 first-round pick has been dealing with an injury, and Buffalo has no reason to rush him back before he's ready. This is August. The regular season is still ahead. There is absolutely no reason to turn a preseason game into a dangerous situation for an important young player. If Heiston isn't completely ready, the smart move is simple. Let him recover. Get him healthy. Then get him back when the time is right. But his situation does create another opportunity for the other quarterbacks and young players on the roster. And that is where preseason becomes brutal. There are only so many roster spots. Somebody's opportunity is somebody else's problem. Every player wants more snaps. Every player wants more chances. And every player knows the coaches are watching. That's why this game can matter so much even though the standings won't change. There is also another player I want everyone watching closely. Tyler Bass. Yes, the kicker. It might not sound exciting, but think about it. Buffalo expects to play close games. When you're trying to win in January, a field goal can decide everything. Bass is returning after missing the 2025 season, so getting him back into real game action is important. Can he look comfortable? Can he hit his field goals? Can he make his extra points? Can Buffalo trust him again when the pressure gets real? Those are questions that won't be answered by watching him kick in practice. Eventually, he has to kick in a game. And Saturday gives Buffalo another chance to evaluate that. So if you thought there was nothing important about a preseason opener, think again. This game gives us our first live look at a completely different Buffalo Bills era. Joe Brady is now the head coach. Pete Carmichael is running the offense. Jim Leonhard is leading the defense. And the entire team is trying to build a new identity. Brady is no longer simply preparing the offense. Now he's responsible for the entire team. That means every position battle becomes part of his decision-making. Who earns a starting job? Who earns a roster spot? Who gets cut? Who earns more playing time? Those decisions start becoming clearer when players finally step onto the field against another team. And that's why I don't care that this game doesn't count in the standings. It counts for the players. It counts for the coaches. And it counts for our first real look at this 2026 Bills team. So if I'm narrowing everything down, here are the 5 things I'm watching. Number 1, the new defense. Does Jim Leonhard's system look fast, aggressive, and organized? Number 2, the left guard battle. Does Alec Anderson hold his position, or does Austin Corbett make a serious push? Number 3, Keon Coleman. Does he finally look ready to take that next major step? Number 4, the cornerback situation. Who takes advantage of the opportunities created by injuries? And number 5, the players fighting for the final roster spots. Because for those guys, this isn't just another preseason game. This could be their audition for the NFL season. And here's the crazy part. We may learn more from a few specific plays than we do from the final score. A blown defensive assignment could tell us something. A dominant offensive line rep could tell us something. One huge Keon Coleman catch could tell us something. A young corner making a game-changing play could tell us something. That's what Bills Mafia should be watching. Not just the scoreboard. Watch the details. Watch the effort. Watch who looks comfortable. Watch who looks lost. Watch who makes the coaching staff stop and pay attention. Because the regular season is coming fast. And once it arrives, there won't be much time left to figure things out. Saturday is the beginning. The first real test of this new era. The first preseason game under Joe Brady. The first game look at Jim Leonhard's defense. And the first major opportunity for players fighting to prove they belong. So Bills Mafia, football is finally back. After months of waiting, we finally get to see this team play someone wearing a different uniform. And I want to know what you're watching. Is it the new defense? Is it Keon Coleman? Is it the left guard battle? Is it Tyler Bass? Or is there one young player you think is about to shock everybody? Drop your ONE biggest player to watch in the comments. Because if this preseason opener gives us even a few answers, the conversation around the Bills could change very quickly. The Buffalo Bills are back. And this is only the beginning.